success in the B side. What happens is they're just kind of slowed down and forced to go into these A plays. They never leave themselves enough time because they spend so much time trying to set up the B play. When it doesn't work, they just have like 5 seconds left to get up onto the A bomb side. It doesn't work out for them. So I want to see a different VP today. I don't know how much they've been able to change, but hopefully with the work ethic in the team, they've come up with something here in Overpass as we jump into it as our third map. K23 with utility into the pistol on the back of a Dread, but everybody else on Kevlar. And they're looking to try and send a little bit of action towards the A bomb side, but the bomb is currently outside of that B site.
And Kicker is on the other side with dualies and some Kevlar on him. Feels like it's not going to be too easy for him to get multiple kills, especially if they clear him. Nearland close quarters with the Glock, gets the opener, and now Buster has to try and play behind the sandbags. There's a chance they overlook him here. They haven't properly cleared it, so Buster can line up a quick double kill, and that causes so many issues for K23. Now they can't get that bomb down. They've just got to fight their way out of this.
They're going to try, and Norbert is doing very well. A double kill for him. And he's going to look for a little bit more if possible. Adren with a quick tap at the P250, and now it's just Buster. He's had 2 already. He's got to win out a 1v2 now. They know where he is. Adren's planted, but oh, Buster! Lovely headshot. And now it's just Norbert. Both of these players performing very well in this pistol round. And Buster looks to try and eliminate him. Remember, he has no kit on his back. And with that position picked up for Norbert, he's gone into Graffiti. And with this time ticking now, he's got to try and find him, and Norbert doesn't have to peek. He has such a strong position. This should be enough. He's trying to pull him into the open, but Norbert's not going for it. He knows he likely doesn't even have a kit, so he just peeks out, gets the info, he's off it, and Norbert's won the round. Really well there, played there from Norbert. It is a lovely headshot on the exit there from Buster, but in the end, it's not enough. It's going to be the round win for K23.
Yeah, so nice that Norbert doesn't have to take the fight to win the round at the end there, because Buster was looking so good in that pistol. As you said, even that last shot was excellent. And it's a real shame, honestly, for VP, because Buster worked so hard to get them into that position in the first place. He got those 2 kills on short. He realized that if he tucks into that corner, there's a really good chance that they won't fully clear him at first. They'll focus on that close right corner, which you sometimes have to be scared of as you come out through connector. And then they can't get this bomb down because Buster's surviving on short. So as long as his teammates do their job, they can go ahead and just hold those positions. K23 are going to struggle to get the bomb down, but K23 find all the kills they need. Huge credit to Norbert for that double kill. Adjusting onto the Heaven player, Adren gets one with a P250. And despite Buster's best efforts, they can't win the round. So K23, well taken pistol. And we get a tech pause ahead of our second round.
So we just got information from our wonderful producer over at StarLadder saying that there's an issue with Norbert's PC. So definitely don't want him out after just a pistol round like that. So hopefully everything is all good. Just as well the problem didn't come through towards during that clutch. That would have been horrible for him. I'll be right back into the action very, very shortly. I don't think... When I look at VP, I'm never confident in Overpass for them. I think they're going to be fine in terms of being able to compete for some rounds here and there, but this is going to be a real brawl. I wouldn't be surprised if we see overtime on this map, honestly. I feel like they're not good enough to get convincing wins, but they're not bad enough to lose easily, right? So we're gonna see a VP that is gonna put up a real fight for this win, and could potentially walk away with it, but it's not gonna be easy for them.
Yeah, I could see this being an extended affair. I think you're right. Heading into this one, have to remember that Buster saved his Kevlar at the end there. That's worth considering. So with all those kills as well, he's going to have loads of money and armor. Might have a really good chance to get something big in this next round. Definitely will be keeping an eye on K23's style of play here on their T side of Overpass. Starting out with a nice B play. I think in general, they're a bit better than VP have been at not always taking the round super slow on Overpass, because one of the issues VP have had is that Overpass is inherently a map where you have to be slightly slower. You have to use nades oftentimes to take that map control. A very common thing to do will be the smoke into the bathrooms, then you can molly that right side so that no AWP can peek you early, because those AWPs have some really good angles over on A. And so all of that takes time and takes utility early. And that's something VP have struggled with because they already like to go slow. So once you already have that slow start to the round that you have to take, then they can run out of time. Whereas K23, I think, do a bit of a better job at managing that clock so far from what we've seen from them. We'll see if that does indeed come through on the T side for them. We're ready to get back into the action. Home for waiting patiently. We just needed to make sure that Norbert's PC was 100% fine. We want everyone at their best. No technical issues to plague the result here. So, bit of a pause, but we're back into it now. And even though Buster saved that Kevlar, he's not going to buy anything with it, Nico. It's a full save here for VP. I'm guessing Buster's going to save to maybe drop the AWP for James then. That would be my assumption.
I think that's fair. I think they usually play around getting that AWP out for James as often as possible, as early as possible. Sometimes you'll even see it into round 3. So, yeah, I think that's probably the likely call here for Virtus.Pro. And I like it. I mean, too often we've seen these favorite teams get off to a real bad start. If you can get the AWP out and get those guns out really quickly, you can try and compete from the get-go. I don't think it's wise for some of the better teams to get into these skirmishes of economy at the beginning of the game. I think you just want to get the economy going as quickly as possible because you are favored to win those gun rounds. If VP can do that from the onset, then we should be seeing a decent enough game from them. The Drone is going to be leading the charge to the MAC-10. Stack up here from the A site for Virtus.Pro. They've got all the USPs up here. They're trying to burn them away. Forced out of position for the utility that K23 have got, but it's Kindart getting one, and this boost, ooh, no one comes down from it. Another boost as well, probably being pulled by a Drag, but he's getting picked out by Kicker. And now it's all on Sanji. 1v3. I like the attempt from Virtus.Pro. I like there's an idea into this kind of round, but in the end, it is always going to be K23 walking away with that one. And now comes the buy. We'll get to see if Buster drops over that up. Jim picked up the M4 to throw on over. So there we go.
Good to go. Nades won't be too bad for VP either. They do seem to like to focus the nades instead of the kit on the VP side. I think part of that comes down to the fact that they will be willing to go for aggression sometimes on this team. They will be willing to go for pushes on their CT side. So sometimes you don't need to play in those post-plant scenarios. Slow start here for both teams. Second smoke deployed for Monster. 2 players stacked on either side for VP here. K23 not having to do too much to make VP use these nades early on. They will have the short control. They will have a fair few players grouped outside B, and they're about to prepare the push.
And they're ready to go on around the corner. Buster with a FAMAS at the ready. Fim and Mo getting a couple. And that's a really solid opening now for K23. This buy round needed more for Virtus.Pro. In fact, I think the only thing it's going to find is a save call. Oh, Sanji taps a Molotov on the way back, but he's out of that. He's got to run. James going to allow the fallback and assist his teammate to get into a better position so that they can all save together. But it is K23 who just that B hit. It's just perfect. I mean, this looks explosive. There's no real hole. There's no real challenge from the VP defense. And that can't afford to happen much more. And it's on the weaker guns as well, right? It's on these Galeals. That's a lot of money now. It's a bit of a bonus for them. Not quite the traditional bonus, but much more money can be saved. Because there's no rebuys.
as we get back into the action, we will see what these 3 safe guns for VP can do. James currently AWPing in connector, I believe. This is a replay of the previous round, in case you were curious. Here is James now with the AWP. Almost the lineup, but he'll take 1 and he'll take 2. Fast flick from James, and out of nowhere, VP have a real chance at this round.
We're going to start running up long here with Trent. There's going to be that AK that needed to be a little quicker because that smoke has come up, and that'll slow things right down now for K23. There's a bit of a gap. The edge of it, and the Trent tries to play on the side, but Yakindar's completely aware of his option and is ready to take him out with a rifle. Nealon and Norbert now making their play, making the stand on the A-bomb side. Forced around, and Nealon in the end will get a headshot on Sanji. So smoke can go down. They might just recover a chance here in the round for K23. They're looking for the ball plant, but Jim has quickly hit that wall bind and put Norbert into a 1v4 in which he is not favoured to win it all. So he'll start to back away in the bathroom, bomb not in his hands, covered by the CTs, and Norbert will start to run away. Or at least he looked like he was going to run away. He's going to go back over to long. He might be able to get a fight out of this, and does take Yakindar down. Up onto the boost to make sure that no one's watching. Jim is in fact watching and hits the shot. Luckily for Norbert, I think that's his final sign to get the hell out of there. Just stays alive with his M4, his Kevlar, and his helmet. He's got some money in the bank account as well, so it's not really the end of the wall that he saves here and doesn't get any return cash. But 3-1 now for Virtus.Pro. It's a great sign to pick up their first.
This second shot from Jane is stupendous. Oh, flick to the face. Able to rotate in towards the A site later on for the final shot. And that's more of the impact we want to see from that AWP and from VP as a whole. Only had the 3 rifles to work with in that round, but they made the most of them. VP finally on the board. One of the things I do like about Overpass as a map is it's really common for the 2 best players on any team to be playing that A bomb site together. And that's the case here. You're going to see James and Yakindar both playing on A here on the CT side. So 2 very, very good players looking to lock down A. While B can oftentimes come more down to the team play and more of the anchor players. A is oftentimes the site where you need those snappy aimers. And obviously the AWP, which is generally going to be one of your star players. Here comes the boost for Buster. Up over the top, but K23 is so ready for it. He doesn't even get up before he's dead.
It's not a great start for VP at all. You hate to see it. Here comes Norbert, now the monster kicker. Oh, good split down. He gets a second. Actually, Sanchez steals that one away. And right like that is VP, who are right back into the favorable situation, and Jim might have just done enough to win the round there with that kill. 34 seconds. K23 now have to try and figure out what options are available to them. What can they get out of this? And they start running it back up in towards middle. There's currently 1 player still up on this side of the map, and it is Yakindar. He's going to be over towards long. But with the time limited, and K23 not really knowing what is facing them if they go in towards that A-bomb site, they decide it's probably best we just unfortunately save these weapons again. Has to be the call. So it's another round for VP. It was looking really good for K23. They got the initial kill, start attacking into the B-bomb site. But that's the difference between when a hold actually works for VP and when they go down without a fight. So really good stuff from the CTs.
And I think K23 realized at the end there, once they saw that AWP kill from James on B, that there was probably only 1 CT on A. But it's so hard to get back there in time to be able to properly clear everything out and push that site quickly enough. Here comes the boost. We're seeing this a lot so far in this tournament. Someone has to jump here for James to be able to see this, and there's a boost coming from the other side, is there? Oh, no, there's not. Okay. For a second, I thought K23 were going to go for the 4-man boost, which would have been ridiculous. But no, they are all just going into connector and A instead. Buster's been able to take B short control, though. So that's a good start for VP. Good bit of ground gained. Only the 2 proper weapons in play for K23 in the AWP of Mo and the AK of Adren. And oh, Buster tries to find his way into connector, but close quarters, Mo's ready for him.
Kindar is on the other end of this half wall over the flower bed, and he's also got the AWP with Jim that has not really been missing much in the recent rounds. So I think this A hold is looking very good right now for the VP side. K23 have got to really figure out how they unlock the defense. Maybe an opening here on Kindar if he can go down. That would give them a chance with the shot. He's going to let them know that Adren is about to try and boost over the flower bed. Now they jump around the corner. Kindar gets one. They're both blinded. Kindar's going to be unblinded first, but he cannot get the kill.
Nice shot from Sanji. He's looking for more. Second headshot confirmed. And Virtus.Pro hanging on in there in this round. Looking good now with both T's low on health, but Adren could still hit them with a headshot. Fake flash not going to be fallen for. And Sanji able to lock it down on the A site. Really nice round from him, coming through with some important kills at just the right time. And VP, after a slow start, have come right back into this one.
When Sanji gets that kill onto the bomb carrier, you should see how far the bomb flies across the site there. Really unfortunate as well for K23, because even if they kill it, the bomb is already behind Dice Box. So probably would have had to face the AWP of Jim. But here we are in round 7, and K23, they keep on buying, they keep getting the buys out, but there's not going to be enough money left over if they lose this round. So very important one for them coming up to try and prevent VP from heading into the lead. You start using some utility to clear out the bathrooms, being a bit slower on the approach. Kindar is a bit deeper on long this time. Still at the flower beds, but he's jump spotting a little bit, and now he's going to drop back.
Oh, that is a surprise for us, and more of a surprise for Norbert, I'm sure. And now K23 are in a pretty hard spot here. Do you go for the A play when you know there's going to be a stack on this site? Well, it looks like they're trying to, but James already got the first kill with the AWP. Kindar playing up close with the rifle. I don't see how K23 can overcome this.
Kindar is just going to be holding in the corner. Oh, Fame, we're going to try and overrun him. And Kindar does go down, but you've still got to deal with James. Luckily, Sanji's been picked off as well, but that's the bomb down in middle. Kicker's found an important headshot. Now it's all on Fame and Kicker. Oh, okay. You think they have a chance, and then Kicker just slaps them. So, not happening. 4-3, it is VP who take the lead, and K23 have fallen a little bit flat in recent rounds on this T side. And you can see that economy that they've built up from the beginning of the game is all down into just around $3,000. So it's not enough for a buy here, and a much needed timeout coming in for K23.
Yeah, it has really slowed down for them. Always nice seeing those USB double dinks. Fame was so ready for that boost earlier on. That was a very cool moment. But even if K23 have brought these rounds somewhat close on occasion, that's been enough. Oh god, we're seeing this fight again, are we? Okay. So far, so good for VP. They have done well on the entire map. They've been able to take map control. I like that they're going for some well-timed aggression. I like the switch-ups they've had. I think it's important that they've had that ability. It's made them hard to read. K23 back down to pistols in this one, so shouldn't be much of a need for switch-ups coming into this round.
Oh. In the end, it's not much damage onto him, but still cool it connects it. But we'll see how VP fare. Again, very passive CT setups. I think it's good to hold your range, especially against these kind of situations where you're going up against D-goals. You don't really know how much they've invested into it. Better just sit back and use that range of the rifles, allow your setups to work out instead of individuals having to get multi-kills. Kendar is going to go with a little bit of aggression down in towards long. But taking his position just sets him up really well for these mid-fights. Finally, it will be the peek out from Adran that gets the trade kill. It's not going to be that easy for you, Kendar. Now Sanji starts to look down in towards default. Up on top is Norbert. They're looking for a bomb plant to secure some extra cash, and well, it's not looking like that's going to come in. Adran also goes down. Now it's just Mo trying to walk his way up into the site. He'll get one headshot onto Buster, but we need much, much more to really pull anything off here. With that Itchy, he's down to 6 HP. He's just trying to take at least one player to the grave with him. And he won't be able to do that. So 5-3 now for VP. Good calls, smart plays in terms of how they're playing the CT side right now. Not really taking too many risks.
Solid spray from Yukinda, even if he was traded. His teammates can rotate over in time to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Back for K23. Coming into round number 9. They need to get something going here. It's a close scoreline, but it's been slipping away from them in the last 5 rounds. He's actually going for the jump, but Norbert's already got past it. Buster ready for the fight, though. Norbert trying to make a solo play. Don't mind it, but it's not successful this time.
Oh, Jamie's trying to get into bathrooms to really try and force the fight. But that utility is going to make it difficult. He actually spots the player there. He's got better vision than me. I could not see him when the X-ray went off as he crossed over. He's unable to get the kill, but luckily Buster has found that opening. Yukindar, same position as he always has been, so they're starting to really hard swing that and realize they're going to have to deal with him now. Mo does a good job at getting rid of him. Sanji's rotated up, spots the leg. It's the crouch peek around the corner coming in from Mo, but it hasn't delivered a kill. Finally, Sanji will get it. And oh, a VP. This is clean. A flurry of kills. And suddenly K23 are dead in the water. 6-3. Virtus.Pro. They are really looking comfortable on the CT side here. I'm glad they're getting the CT start. Too often do we see them start on that T side and things just be a little bit flat, and then it's always difficult for them to get out of it. But they give themselves a lot of rounds to play with. I feel like the CT side could really be the win condition for them.
That A site has been super strong so far. James has just consistently been getting kills there. Rarely having to get more than 1 or 2, but just always getting 1 or 2. And when his teammates are also rotating up to assist him, that's all he needs to do. Sanji again in position as the 3rd man on the A site. Doesn't normally play there at the start of the round, but as the round progresses, he may rotate over. Another timeout from K23, but their buy into this one, unlikely to be too strong. Should be a half buy for them. Okay. Fame looking to see if he could line up something through the smoke. Again, got to do something here on the K23 side. We've only got pistols in this round, so why not take a couple of pot shots through the smoke? Bomb's been left behind, so looks like K23 will spread out, see if they can find any picks. Although that's not going to be easy with how K23 have been struggling in the gun rounds to get any early kills. VP have not been giving away those fights too easily.
Oh, Norbert. What a great kill. Kicker. He's gone, and that's the perfect start for K23, but it's unfolded thanks to Jane. He does get that kill back on the AWP. 38 seconds. Norbert starts to walk up in towards short, and Sanji had the close, tight angle. And Norbert didn't have his crosshair in the right place, nor at the right time. And now with 23 seconds left, speaking of time, we have to watch K23 dash into the site. Kindot, he couldn't have had an easier kill than that. It'll take him a little longer than usual. But the rest of the squad getting their easy picks. Sanji with a 3K, 2 headshots on the short play. Money finally coming in here for K23. They'll get the AWP out for Mo. They'll get the AK-47s out across the board. What are we expecting in this one, Hawker?
I wouldn't be surprised to see them going back to a later round B play. I think that A site has just been so hard to deal with so far. I think they'll also realize now that VP have been having a lot of players on this A side of the map rotate up, and part of that is because B has been aggressed on at times, so maybe time to stop that from happening. Interesting setup from VP early. Buster and Connector has been blinded. They had a bunch of players on A to begin with, but now they try and get back to B. They're not getting here in time, though. Norbert's already onto the site with 2 early kills. And the switch up onto the B side of the map seems to have made the difference here. K23 just getting every single kill.
The B-side hit works really well for them, and they're back into a victorious situation. For James, it is his on-brand save time, and he's gonna smoke off towards long. He's only died twice. He's had a fantastic game so far, so he's gonna keep those stats up. And very important to obviously not give away this all, but also just saving it keeps your money good. He's got $15,000, nearly at max cash. He's drop out weapons to his teammates. He could be the bank account, drop it on over. 4 now for Virtus.Pro. They're still in the lead, and comfortably so, but K23 finding success again. I think it's definitely a much better showing from them in the previous round. They got to try and figure out if they're going to do that again, and it looks like they're just going to go into the default stance. Actually, more so into connector here. Mo's going to be trying to take that opening pick. No one's going to be fighting him, though.
Yeah, the big question on my mind is how much of that previous round win for K23 comes down to the switch up in VP setup, where they didn't have the players down on B initially. They sent one man to the B site at the start of the round, and then the rest of the B players arrived a little later, so they weren't really as well prepared. They weren't as well set up as they would want to be. You see Norbert on that second kill especially, catching a man and playing there. He was playing the B site to begin with. Here come K23 though, after taking connector, down towards B yet again, and VP are going to fight them off.
Sanji, Kindot, Buster taking picks. This is so clean for Virtus.Pro. This is a great wall of Virtus.Pro, and you can't get beyond it. It's Mo trying his best. We'll find one on the extremity is Buster that was getting a little bit hungry to end the round as quickly as possible. Preventing that all picking into the next round is going to happen, though, is Sanji on the P2000. There's not much more you can say about that. Just a fantastic hold from VP.
It's actually a really cool setup from VP too, because one of the most common flashes you'll see thrown on these T-side plays are either the flashes over the right side of Monster, or the flashes from short that land on the left side of the pillar to try and blind players at barrels and in water. And VP are just all standing on the Monster side, all focusing on that side. So it seemed like those flashes were largely ineffective. Any utility that K23 used had no impact. VP were able to just all stick together and stay pretty close together on that Monster side, focusing one side of the push together. making sure they got those short kills as well. K23 completely locked out of that previous round, but at least they still have a gun round in this one. Okay, Dave sticks around. The little head pokes up for the first kill. Now Yakinda has got to run away to safety. Oh dear, he's taking damage and he's trapped in the corner. Nice swing from Yakinda. He realized they were going to molly him, so he takes the fight to them, but he is eventually going to be traded.
Buster is going to try and get in behind. But going to be waiting for him, and it's Dren and Norbert able to take the kills. Just kicker on his own, and this is a really good reply from K23. When you lose around like that, it's kind of hard to stomach. But you come back into it as long as you pick yourself up, you're much better about it. And they're watching the flank as well. Norbert gets his head shot, and it's going to be it to 5 now for K23, who are keeping up in the first half again. I was definitely getting worrying for them, especially after that last round. Maybe VP just snapped back into things, but because these rounds have been back and forth and a couple of them have now been close as well, you will see the economy of VP on some players begin to dwindle. But the biggest positive out of James' playstyle is you always have money on him, so he can drop over the weapons, no problem. He gets a good buy here. It really is the last stand purchase of Virtus.Pro.
So another T round on the board. Boost over the top. Will not see anyone towards mid. Buster again getting this water control. This is something that K23 haven't always been able to stop, haven't always been able to counter, and with Buster pushed up on short, there is a chance that VP will start rotating more players up to A to help on the hold. Jane right now playing aggressive in the bathrooms. Good shot to begin with. He's dropped the bomb. Won't be able to hold on to it, but it's some good info to call over to his teammates, and that's going to prompt Sanji to rotate up to A. 3 CTs now on this side of the map.
Oh, James, he's going to be holding for this peak. Can he win the ult battle? He can. Just as the flash comes in, he gets the shot off at Mo. He's down. Is the play out here from K23 looking to try and pull it back. They've got 2 important kills, but the bomb's been dropped by Yakinda. He switches out to the AK, but he can't find the kill on the Adren. He turns back and he just finds it. And now a 2v2. They've got to pull off a retake with no kit, just 1 smoke. It's just, I've seen easier rounds. And K23 are going to plant that bomb, no problem. Buster's all the way in behind. He's going to be creeping up as close as he can go. Kick it over at bank, and they haven't really even found a chance here. This time is really looking good, but Buster catches the drum in the open. Norbert now caught in the open as well. Needs to be careful of that bank swing. Luckily, Norbert has a brilliant read, and he's got 1. Buster on with a headshot. He's going to get onto the bomb, but is there time? Looks like there's no problem. And that's going to be the round. So I have to say, Buster on that retake, I thought because he was so far away, it was going to take some time, but he grabs a kit on the white. And we head into the last round of the half.
A little scary initially after James gets them off to the good start. This time I think the difference was Sanji, who had rotated up to A, didn't get one of those kills that he'd been getting so consistently up until that point. He was always getting 1 or 2 on the A site itself. There's that first shot from James, such a tight angle. Just the top of the head, poking up over the top of the rock. And then the second shot was also really well taken. As you said though, Buster coming back in. Was always going to be able to rotate fairly fast because he was pushed up onto water in the start of the round. I think if anything, K23 did well to even bring that round really close and make it very winnable for them, because VP had all the information they needed that it was likely an A play. But now into the last round of the half, K23 could do with getting 1 more hit. 9-5 right now, and we could see a quick B play to end the half.
Oh, kicker holding. Oh my god, it is really quick into the B site. Nealon just jumps through the smoke, leaps in for a kill, and Sanji's got to reposition. Luckily, Yakinda has found a kill as well. That's delivered them a man advantage, but it's short-lived thanks to a trend. Buster up short though, was ready for the fallback. And now a 2v3, both not even planted here for K23. Luckily, Buster got caught in the open. And now they just need to take a breather. VP need to realize that bomb's not even planted yet. You've got utility on your Kindar. But look at this, for K23, they're going up to the A site. Yukindar couldn't stop it. And now they can just run up into A.
Oh, and Fame forces the fight on B. James is going to be here, though. Can he get here in time to deny? I don't think so. The bomb's going to be planted far side. No kit, pistol out. So hard for James to win this.
Time is certainly of the essence for James with no kit. He pulls out the USP, goes into the AWP mode. Missing shots, eventually hits the headshot, but not enough for the kill. The P250 gets a 6th round for K23 at the half. They make a good meal out of it, considering a lot of the rounds. Look at that streak from VP. You think it's going to be a real bloodbath, and VP are going to close it out with a really significant lead on the CT side, but those rounds at the end from K23 really make it a close affair. Now we hope into the second half, if K23 get off to a good start in terms of getting kills here, this could get a little messy for VP. We know how slow that T side can be and how lackluster it's been over the past couple of matches.
Well, we have seen some changes in their style so far in this series, so maybe they've been able to figure out their overpass as well. Here on the pistol round, they're going fast through connector. Only 2 CTs on B to stop them. Flash is coming both ways. Nealon blinded. Oh, and there's the kill on the boost from Buster. That's what they were waiting for. Adren has to back away, and he may have to concede the site here. Oh, and he's even going to die. What a shot from James.
Bomb planted for VP. It's been a great start to the round, but Norbert and Mo are starting to pull those kills back. Buster is that short with a P250. He needs a kill. He's usually so clean on the pistol and realizes probably best I don't take that fight anymore, and he has to worry about somewhere else, and that's the Buster I know. Nice headshot to Norbert. And now just Fame left alone. 1v2 is going to stick the bomb. He's going to kick this back. They peek him immediately, though. Really well done there to just peek straight onto the defuse. Because he did have the kit on his back. He probably could have stolen that away.
Can't fault Fame for the effort, but nice boost on Buster. P250 pays off for him with the long-range headshot. And that's a boost you'll rarely see on the pistol, because with the Glock, you're never going to get that instant headshot at range, or at least you're unlikely to. And then you've got to hit follow-up shots, which are hard to do. So I like that from VP. I like that they throw in the boost on the pistol. I don't think that's something really many teams would do, so it can catch their opponents off guard. And here comes the flash. Easy kill for Buster into mid, thanks to the flash assist from Yukindar. They've walked up onto this A site, VP. It is through long. They haven't cleared out the man in the bathrooms. So Adren could maybe cause some issues, but Buster's so far up. This is an easy kill all day of the week.
And Yukindar should be getting a piece of the pie as well. Getting more likely here quickly. Yukindar's connector kill reveals itself. Okay, that's a bad advertisement for the MP5. Sanji with a Galil. Now it's just Fame. Left alone with that Deagle. We'll be seeing Virtus.Pro add an 11th to the tally. I think it's really good that VP get off to a good start here. I think they need to get as many rounds in this T-side as possible. And in these kind of scenarios, when you get a good start like this, you can start to really get going. That momentum, we've seen it from VP. We know the streaks they can go on. We're up to 11 already. You only need 5 more rounds and you're through. You got your first win here at the RMR. That's what VP are aiming for at this point. It's
about to say, it's really not been the best day for Yakindar individually. I'm hoping he can refine his form.
Yeah, going into Cologne as well, right? Because you want to see Yakindar at his best going into LAN. You want to feel, you want to be confident. You want that same Yakindar that's been wrecking people online to go into LAN.
Well, hopefully he can turn it round. It's not been a terrible map for him here on Overpass. He's doing all right on the kill count, helping his team find some success. K23 in this round, trying to see if they can take a risk and flank towards B.
They didn't make it. That's my bad. I thought I had to go back and check, but yeah, they didn't make it to Cologne, so it's all good. Oh, they did. Okay, I have no idea. But HLTV didn't show their recent matches. Okay, I was confused. I was confused for a second, but then that.
Okay. Yeah, they're straight into the main event.
Yeah, that's why I was looking to play it. But yeah, that's gonna be huge for them.
Ouch. That's a shot from Fame. Not much else to work with, just the few pistols. They are all stacked onto the right side of the map. It could get somewhat scary. Mo pouncing from behind, Adren alongside him. Sanji with a nice headshot though. That needed to happen, but Norbert's still in the mix. Oh, this could be scary. Sanji with another important frag for his team. It's into the 2v2. Sanji's not ready. Norbert got a kill previously, but they didn't realize he was going to be there. And Buster has to win the 1v1. Near his position away yet. He's been biding his time, but now he's spotted. It's so close. 20 health left for Buster, but it is the 12th round for VP.
They did it. They finally pulled off the round, but that was looking so rough. Buster even to the final moment, just about staying alive, but controls the spray for the kill, and that could have been a nightmare for Virtus.Pro. That was a round I thought there was absolutely no chance in, but VP go ahead and get themselves the 12th round. That's all that matters. Here comes the buy for K23. It's going to be the M4s out for them. All out for Norbert. He goes for the mid-peak early. Going to try and open things up, trying to give his team that man advantage, but he's actually missed that opportunity. And in fact, there's a T close by in mid. They're going to drop back, throwing that AWP into the hands of Mo once again, and retreat him into the A-bomb site. I'll go for a more passive setup.
Oh, Norbert spots Yakindar on the edge of the smoke. And that's what I was saying about Yakindar earlier. If he's having this struggle of a series, he's still going to try and make the same plays. Unfortunately, it seems like K23 have been able to counter him quite well in some of these rounds. The flash, I think, was aimed for a player further back in bathrooms, maybe, which is a pretty common position to play. So there was the attempt of some assistance, I think, from the flash, but the close range angle was one they weren't expecting. Oh, holding. Oh, he's got the first kill. And Norbert's flanking round the side. That's a great shot from Buster. He's been sharp in this map. And now they're going to try and run it back to B, or it could leave their options open here. 35 seconds. They can still go either way.
Sanji's getting closer. Adren. Oh, he was about to fall, but you've been spotted from heaven there, Sanji. So that's information for the teammates to be comfortable for the CT side. And in the end, it's K23 with a positional advantage that allows them to get the round. And it's not VP up to 13. In fact, it is K23 back into the second half. Money's not good for VP. And that's where that significant damage comes into play, right? When you down to that 1v1 with Buster just a few rounds prior, they may win the round, but it does affect the economy if they lose that last round, which they did. So they're now going for an investment. Everything invested into the round, but it is resulting in 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s. They've got a decent amount of utility here, but it's not the most ideal round for Virtus.Pro. They've got to make this work. Otherwise, K23 can go on a bit of a streak. And look at that commitment to the opening pick here from Mo. He follows and tracks and gets another one in towards middle. This is a horrible start for Virtus.Pro.
Mo continues his solid showing so far at the RMR with a solid start to this round. Better than solid, a good start to this round with those 2 kills on mid. They're able to get back to safety. Mo nearly getting another one there. Sanji chunked down to 26 points of health. And Mo's continuing to play an aggressive angle. I'm loving the confidence he's having on the AWP right now. He's got Norbert alongside him to hold the short side, the banana side. Neelan's also playing from the site, and 54 seconds left, low health on a couple of players. This is a real long shot for VP here.
Yep, Mo, he's just having a great round. He's killed everybody. And he wants a 4K, finally silenced by Kicker, but the work that he has done has already paid dividends. They've got their money. They're feeling good about this. Buster has to be able to pick off the convoy quickly. Kicker snapping in behind, misses his shots. What a nightmare there for VP. There was still a chance up until the final few moments. With all of that crumbling now, it is going to be K23 adding 8 rounds to the tally. And just a reminder, VP, Buster stay alive. He does, but just a reminder, VP invested everything into that and have come out with absolutely nothing. So K23 should really be going on to win a few more rounds here, and this scoreline can once again become close. That second shot was stupid. That was such a nice shot from Mo.
I really just want to see Buster let loose in this round. You got nothing else to lose. Buster's been looking so good with the AK on this T side. Just hasn't led to round wins, but he's been getting some good kills, so I like this. Get him into mid early, see if he can force a fight. There is a gap in this smoke, but I don't think he can make the most of it. Elsewhere, Mo, this time pushing long, lovely timing on the push. He should be able to fall back safely with the molly to keep him cover. And Buster is still trying to force the issue in the front lines. This is a hard fight, though. The shadow advantage would be there for Norbert if he went for it. So he's going to go around the side. But now Mo is back on the site with the AWP. So that's not a fight you can really take either. Oh. Lovely. That's what they needed.
Yeah, that has opened things now. And Buster, this is what you're talking about. Letting him loose, letting the beast be unleashed. Let's get a second kill here. There it is from Buster. Now the site is busted wide open. And they're going to throw utility down into the site. Yukindot currently holding for the blank extension. 43 seconds. Kicker has gone down into the B side as well. That bomb, it's not going A right now. It's going all the way back, and Kicker has lost his life, and Adren's down here in the lower bomb site. Okay, the bomb is now coming back. It's going the long way around. It's coming back up to the A site now. A little bit of an excursion here from Sajid. Yukindot with a nice shot. Headshot comes in from the AWP. And now quickly trying to come back up as Nealon on the stairway. VP have got the bomb site. Yukindot has got the cover of the truck, and Nealon is waiting for that extension out around the corner from Yukindot. He's not giving that fight. He's not giving that edge. Just biding his time, waiting for Nealon to come close. He hears a couple of shots now being shot back by Nealon, who has taken his teammate out of play. And Yukindot goes for the peek, and Nealon has got both. And suddenly, it is all on to Sanji. 1 versus 2 with the time ticking. Adren is coming back up through middle. Push over the top of the stairs from Nealon. Smoke is going to make things a little more difficult for Sanji. Defuse is starting to come through. His spray is good, and the spam through the smoke has worked out. That bomb has ticked too far, and Adren can't win the round. Sanji with the shot is the cherry on top. And it's 13 rounds for VP, and that is what you called for, Hawker. Buster on the AK, just doing Buster things.
I think he heard the player jumping there. He heard Mo maybe jump peeking and realized he could sneak up if he got the timing right. 2 great kills initially. Then I think Yukindot, as he peeks bank, I feel like he got aim punched as he took the shot with the AWP because he didn't have Kevlar. It didn't even look like the crosshair was directly on point, but he got the kill. He got the headshot in towards that bank player with the AWP, which was brilliant. And then Sanji at the end there having to save the day. But Adren was so far away from the action that his position was good enough. Spray into the smoke. Sanji at the end there, for some reason, tried to go get an AK, so he died to the bomb. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the 1-on-2 that he won. Really well done by Virtus.Pro to win that round. And that's what they can do. I think Buster has just been brilliant. He's looked so good here on Overpass, and I just want to see him taking fights, honestly. I think VP, whatever they've practiced, they can switch it up right now, because Buster's been good enough that I think he can just win you rounds by himself, and he proved it right there.
This is a nice boost coming in. Mo tries to get up on top, falls off of it. Very difficult, notoriously difficult to stand on top of heads of 3 players. That's much more slidey. It's not like when you have that double boost, right? And it's much easier to stand on your opponent's head, but you got 3-man boost, you have to be tucked in the corner, otherwise you're going to slide off of it. And VP, they look to slide into the B-bomb site like a slippery snake up the slope. It's a Dren with 1. Kicker has gone down, so a pretty bad start right now for VP. But Yukindo is going to be pulling that back, and they have the B side. Utility's going to confirm that they'll maintain that, and a boost this time for Mo might get something out of it. He's looking to peer down into the B-bomb site. Hasn't been able to spot anything though, Hawka.
So patient on this boost. Eventually it might get them something, but oh, Yukindo was spotted for it, so now they know. Neelam with a nice shot initially. Jame lining them up with the AK. Sanji with a kill of his own. They now know exactly where Mo is. Maybe a bit more damage at the end here. No, Sanji denies. Good headshot. It really has been a great game from Sanji and a great game from Buster here. Both those riflers have been a big part of VP's success. They go 14-8 up. And it's looking good for VP to take their first win here at the StarLadder RMR event. But they've still got to prove they can do it against this gun round of K23. It's not over till it's over, Dinko.
Oh, that is a really cool smoke. I love that from Buster. It's pretty interesting. Mo is going to try this boost again. And that smoke, it's actually going to prevent everything from him. He's going to question what the hell's going on there. There's a smoke down. And now here comes the play from VP. They're about to come in through the smoke. And Adren, he's in a decent spot, but make sure you keep your gun out. You don't want to be caught by this smoke fading away. And this spot is really good for 1. Yukindo luckily doesn't go down for VP, so he does get that trade out. And now the attack starts to come through. Utility being used up. VP starting to molly out the common position. Smokes around, but Bam in a very strong spot. He tries to get one out of it, but he hasn't been able to find anything. Luckily still alive, but as soon as I say that, Yukindo with the headshot. Buster coming down through, connecting as well. He's got Neelan, who's about to peek into him, and the headshot's good for him. Norbert, unfortunately, nothing found from his play over Heaven. And the campaign for the retake begins with just Mo and Neelan. Luckily, Mo is great on the AWP. The headshot has landed right between the eyes, but it's the 2 big hitters left for Virtus.Pro. It's Jim and Yukindo, the superstar duo. They have to try and pull this off, but Neelan's turned in behind, so it puts Jim on the AK in the clutch, and a 1v1 now up against Mo. He can't find the angle, and Mo has got it. He's going to run for the defuse and stick it the whole way through. A much-needed clutch coming in from Mo, and he really has been such a star for them, hasn't he?
Yeah, huge props to Mo for that one. Knew where Jane was at the end, but Jane was actually doing a pretty good job at just moving so awkwardly that he was surviving around those sandbags. He made it much more difficult for Mo than it looked like it was going to be initially. But eventually Mo able to peek in from above and get that final frag through. So 14-9, first step taken in the right direction for K23. Very last second call here from VP. They're not even fully committing to this buy. Okay, Kickhead and Buster have no money. Mo's got a peek into mid. Good shot initially, but he hasn't seen Buster close by. Oh no, Mo might be caught, but he gets away safely. Nice work from Mo. And now I don't think Buster wants to peek this. Okay, Norbert with a killing connector. Now they can afford to play safe.
Oh, Mo looking for shots. Hasn't been able to find one other than the initial, so he peeks out and again, but not able to find it. So drop it back down, and I think K23 can be very comfortable at the beginning of this one. It's not like VP even have utility left to muster much of an attack, but that play out from Sanji has taken out a big hitter. This flank from Norbert, though, this could be real nasty. Oh, he's going to hear those footsteps. He knows they're going in towards long. Neely can get that information as well, so he's posting himself up. His teammates can start to make rotations up as well. Norbert starts his flank. It's not the best weapon for this range, so he's going to try and tap away. Eventually gets his kill onto James. And now the rifles really need to step up. Sanchi spotted the connector play, but does he expect another that? Buster trying to fight. Long bomb is down. Adrent's come in with the MP9, and now just Buster. Bomb picked up. He's going to run over to the A site via long. And currently waiting for him is Nealon. He's not been missing much, Nealon, but he will in this round. Buster getting the kill, but Norbert quickly replying. Really solid round out of Norbert. Not much more you can ask for a player than what he just did in that round.
Yeah, good work on the flank. Wasn't an easy position to be in with the SMG, but did exactly what he needed to do. And now VP are in that weird spot again where, like I was saying, they invested on some players in the previous round, but not all of them. So a couple of players have enough money, but most of them don't. They'll have to half buy again. They've still got a good lead for the time being, but that could start to slip pretty quickly. Good few nades on some of the VP players. It's only going to be pistols into this round, though. Let's see what VP have up their sleeve for this round. Going to be difficult to get much going, but they've got to give it a try. And even if they could just do some damage, K23's money is still so low. Could cause some issues for them into the future, so hopefully, if nothing else, VP will be trying to make this round a competitive one.
Oh, Fame is going to get aggressive. MP9 looking to line them up, and that is so clean from Fame. Unfortunately, couldn't get his last on the kicker, but as much as it is against Glocks, it's always exciting to see a quick 3K like that. Displaying brilliance. Now Jam and kicker. They got to find a couple of upgrades on the floor. This is just an MP9. So Jam will take that, and they start to back away, and VP will likely begin to slow this round down.
It's a beautiful lineup from the MP9. Again, that fast fire rate can allow you some of those plays sometimes if you can control it. It's easy to do. There goes Adren, finding the final couple of kills. Not much damage done there by the VP side. I was saying that they would like to do a bit of damage. They would like to get a kill or two, but they only removed the MP9, which wasn't a weapon that K23 were too fussed about losing. Now we come back to the gun rounds, though. James got the AWP, AKs on every single VP player. Haven't really seen one of those B plays from VP yet, or at least not too often. We haven't seen it as often as I was expecting, so that could be something that comes through. They really want to get this boost working, Dinko. They really want to get a kill from it. Not this time. At least not yet.
Oh. I feel like they peaked too shallow to actually be able to see them there. I think you really got to be up there quickly and catching the timing just as they run out to really make that one work. That's why I love Overpass, though. How many boosts have we got on this map? It's just incredible. It's one of the most exciting maps within Counter-Strike. I'm glad we got to see quite a bit of it in this tournament so far. You can start to see K23 are thinking about these slower rounds, saving all of the utility. Just as the minute ticked on the clock, that another resmoke into Monster came in, and they still got so much of it left over. 3 Molotovs. Whoa, Fame's gonna get overrun. Sanji opening things up at short. They're not using much of the utility. It hasn't really had much of an impact, but Adren will. He will certainly have impact getting those kills, and no bomb plant yet for Virtus.Pro. Mid kill comes in though, and Move taking out Jame. It's all on Buster. He has to run back in. It's all falling flat here for VP. You think there's a chance, and then suddenly it all goes downhill. What are they just throwing the bomb away for? To plant the bomb somewhat. Mo's gonna run over the top and Buster hits the deck. You can see they just throw the bomb off to the side there, Hawk, and just say someone else plant it. Everybody starts taking fights. There's no one actually going for the plant.
They tried to throw the bomb back to Kicker, but he had 12 health, so a nade just landed on the site and he died. I don't know why. James had full health. He could have just planted himself.
What is he?
But he wanted to go get a better position. Look, here, he chucks it to Kicker, who's on like 10 HP, I'm pretty sure. There you go, Kicker slow. James chucks the bomb to him. He dies to a nade.
Oh, look what Kicker is as well. He's down the ramp. He's not even near the site. James just throws it on the default and starts running towards CT.
Yeah, he's just hoping he can win the round by getting there ahead of time, right? I mean, James clearly just thought he was going to get there first, but got the wrong read on the timing, and now they're going to go for another fast beat play. They want to make up for that previous round. They want to come right back at it. Sanji going in with a Mach 10, but in come the kills back from K23, and VP is slowed down. They haven't fully committed to this.
You got to be fully in or fully out of this one, and I think if you go for the initial rush and you don't fully commit to it, I think you're done. Especially when you don't have these weapons to try and recover this scenario. They're going to try and walk their way in.
Sanji's peeking heaven with a Mach 10. That can't do good.
Yeah, he's not able to get anything out of it. These VP rounds, obviously this one is a really low risk because you know you're going to get the buy into the next round anyway. Why not just try and sell the fit? Why not just try and get the rush into the B site? I don't know why you don't just fully commit to it as well, because there's no risk behind it. So just everyone go.
Look, I'll be honest, Dinko, with what I'm seeing here, I just feel like the VP team have very little confidence right now. It feels like everyone feels like they have to win the round by themselves almost. Right? Like that previous round where James chucks the bomb back and tries to go and win the round ahead of time. You can just play the post plant there if you just plant the bomb. But
yeah,
I don't know, it's weird. It feels like they're making so many solo plays that they're really trying to go for things alone. Either way, we'll see if they can turn it round into this one. 14-13. It's starting to become a very scary situation for VP. They need this win. If they want RMR points, this is almost a must-win for them. And right now, it's getting way too close for comfort.
There's only 5 spots available at the major. And how disappointing would it be if we didn't see VP there? Well,
they will still have further chances, right? There will be another RMR.
I believe it's only one more RMR.
Exactly.
Right?
So you've got to get yourself up there now, really.
Yeah, especially with the teams like Spirit, the big opponents really pulling away ahead, and Yukindot with a nice headshot, swinging out onto Norbert. And that's more like the entry ability we know Yukindot can pull out. He might just get a second opportunity, but Nealon had a better spot. He's going to find the AK headshot that pulls it back into that 4v4, and K23 can regather. They have 3 players down on that lower site. Only one up here on A right now. It is Mo, though, and I do say only, but Mo has been a beast.
We praised him all day long. I thought he was going to be flanked from long this time, but he's able to get the early kill. In comes the flash. It doesn't blind him. Another shot lands from Mo. They've got to commit, though. 20 seconds. They have to go for it, but there's no nades against Mo. Finally, they shut him down, but Adren's arrived on the rotate, and there's such little time. No scope lands for Jamie. He tries to turn it round, but Nealon's there to tie things up. 14-14, no bomb plant for VP, a couple of players shortchanged, and K23 coming back into this one. And remember how far down they were, Dinko. I'm pretty sure it was 14-8 at one point, and yet K23 have stayed strong under the pressure, they've stayed resolute, and they've got us to this point, and VP have a decision to make.
Do they buy or do they not buy here? That is all they have, and they're going to go for the investment. Jim pulling out the Galil. They're playing for the win in regulation. K23, if they win this round against VP's buy, they are very likely to win this series. VP will continue their run of not winning a single best of 3 here at the RMR if they lose this next 2 rounds. The AK-47s are out, the 2 Galils, the utility in behind Virtus.Pro. K23 have got a beast in the form of Mo, and he has been completely unleashed. They look to try and shut down Virtus.Pro now. It's all on this round for the T side. They start with sending 2 players towards playground. They've lost the early pick. It's a Dren catching your Kindar out. He goes down just outside of Monster, and the Dren just gets back in behind barrels alive, so there's no real chance to trade that out.
This is not the round where you want to lose a player like that, but James got one back. Don't even go for the knife. Don't even go for it. Just get the kill. There's too much on the line at this point to be messing about. James takes the kill from behind. He's got his team back into it. 4v4. Plenty of time for VP. Flash is well placed. Fame has to fall back. VP are putting some pressure on the map now, and that could cause K23 to make some mistakes.
Yeah, also the pressure of the round here for K23 as well. It's got to be in the back of your head that you know if you win this, you're likely going to be taking the series against Virtus.Pro. So there's so much to think about for K23, and they just have to eliminate those thoughts. They just have to focus on the round ahead. And right in front of them, 40 seconds remain. Once again, VP look to try and finish on this A site. They have some utility available. Mo has been the player that shuts everything down here. It's his teammate Nealon that's got the first kill. That bomb's down. Mo tried to take the kill but couldn't do it. And now Nealon is tasked with holding on. He'll be able to walk away with one. He puts it into a 2v2. But Buster has kept the dream alive, and Jim pushed up into Blank has found the kill. Famous now alone. A 1v2 with the M4. Finally, Virtus.Pro look like they're going to win a round. They're going to grab map point off their investment, and Jim has done it. The 3K delivered from him. And Virtus.Pro now just one away from breaking the hearts of K23. But overtime is a real possibility. Does K23 have money into this buy? I said coming into this one, just at the very beginning of Overpass, this one is a real overtime possibility. And look where we are right now.
Mo's been so good all game long, but when his team needs him the most, he misses a couple of chances to get those kills. James goes ahead and shows up for his team, but Mo wants to see if he can make up for it. Peeking into mid. Incredibly tight angle. James was peeking down below, but Mo realizes he's got to fall back. So no early kills for either side. Map control taken by the youngster in Fame. Pushing into water. Sanji and Connector doesn't want to take that fight. Both teams taking a fairly tentative approach early into this round. Norbert will also be leaving Connector. And with the bomb at spawn, it looks like VP will be using a lot of that clock before setting up any sort of play.
How much utility can they pull out of K23? They didn't have as much as they would like to begin with. Now they've only just got one incendiary. They've got 3 smokes. Still in play. And here comes the walk-in for Virtus.Pro. They're looking to hit the B site. Currently Fame and Dren here to hold. VP often enjoy the B hits. Dren has to step up. The FAMAS is going to drop back into water. Picker's going to run him down. Mo's able to pick 1 kill, but Adren's gone and the short play is out of play. It looks like Virtus.Pro just about to get their first win. It is heartbreaking here for K23. The comeback, the tenacity. But in the end, it is all on Norbert. He comes back in to the B-bomb site.